Chinese Air Force has been looking for a way to produce a counterpart to the fourth-generation fighter jets used by NATO countries. The first idea about developing a Soviet-like fighter emerged in late 70s when Shenyang factory combined a light fighter design of the Soviet MiG-19 with a British Rolls-Royce Spey-512 engine. This project was known as the J-11, but eventually failed. However, this idea was resurrected 2 decades later. In the 1990s, China signed an agreement with Russia that allowed to build 200 Su-27Sk aircraft from Russian-supplied kits. Production of the J-11 began in 1998. It made its maiden flight during the same year. However, co-production of the basic J-11 was halted after around 100 aircraft were built. Some sources report that China violated agreement by installing indigenous electronics. It seems that Russia refused to supply kits for these aircraft to China. Later, China began to produce indigenous versions of this aircraft on its own. The J-11 is a twin-engine, single-seat air superiority fighter, based on the Sukhoi Su-27's design. It has a Western reporting name Flanker B+. At the time of its introduction, it was a fairly respectable fighter jet with Russian engines and weaponry. It was a noteworthy adversary to US-made aircraft, such as Lockheed Martin F-16 Fighting Falcon or Boeing F/A-18 Hornet. So far, there are 253 aircraft of various versions built, and the production keeps on going. Produced in the Shenyang Aircraft Corporation in northern China, all of the Shenyang J-11 aircraft, including the J-11A, J-11B, J-11BS, J-11D, J-15, and J-16 versions are used solely by Chinese People's Liberation Army Air Force. It has never been exported. The first 100 Shenyang J-11 aircraft were fitted with Russian-made Lyulka Saturn AL-31 engines. However, the later versions, namely J-11B and J-16, use Chinese-built Huashan WS-10A Taihang turbofans. Performance of the basic version of this aircraft, the Shenyang J-11, is very similar to Sukhoi Su-27, not only because of an almost identical design, but also because of the equipment. This version employs Russian equipment like NIIP Tychomarov N001V radar and armament, including Gryazev Shipyanov GSH 30-130mm automatic cannon and Vimpel NPO missiles.